I think I'm right in saying that of every 10 jobs created over the last 3 or 4 years, 9 have been in the public sector. It's of that sort of order?
Yeah, so it's actually 8 across, but Victoria is at 9.
Right.
And Victoria is quite interesting because Premier Allen said earlier this year that she was going to cull 3,000 public servants, but the ABS data showed that she increased it by 7,200. So net, there's a 10,200 increase. And now with the upcoming treaty, Lord knows how many new departments and agencies to serve that will also create in terms of employment.
There's a really important point here because the claim is that we're seeing real wage increases. In reality, we are not. I mean, per head of GDP, share of GDP in Australia is slipping. It's only immigration that's keeping it up. But in this is something that Australians actually really intensely dislike, the opening up of real divisions between haves and have-nots. So employment opportunities in the public service are growing at an astounding rate, 54% since the end of COVID, just to repeat that. And many of them are very highly paid, and the wages escalator is way above the private sector. The private sector is struggling, the public sector is not. This is a very unhealthy dynamic.
So, well, if we think about it logically, if we go to the federal level, our federal departmental secretaries are on as near as makes no difference $1 million a year. The issue is that the average tenure of these departmental secretaries within the public service is 28 years. So if these people are leading departments which are designed to create rules and regulations which the private sector has to abide by, it becomes very, very difficult for the private sector to feel any sense of comfort when the people who are in charge of these departments are making it so difficult because they don't understand the dynamics of industry and how it works, which is why we are seeing record insolvencies. We've got energy prices going through the roof. You know, we have productivity at 6-decade lows. We've got domestic investment, which is languishing at 1990s recessions levels. And we then ask ourselves, and I think the Secretary of the Department of Climate Change, again, on $930,000 a year, put up a post which talked about the Environmental Protection and Biodiversity Act upgrades, where it was all about how we embodied the core beliefs of the department, and he put hashtags like public service is a verb and another hashtag proud secretary. Now, I just trying to get inside the mindset of why that helps, because the document talks about what wonderful progress this is and how it's going to lead to more productivity and outcomes. I had dinner with some very senior Japanese trading houses last night, and I just brought this up as a topic, the EPBC. They've already got enough trauma with the safeguard mechanism. They've got enough trauma with all of the red, green, and black tape, which confounds their investment choices here. And one of the overriding things that I thought was interesting, they said, we have 62 jurisdictions we are now considering for future investment. We currently make about 40% of our profits in Australia. But moving forward, we are finding it increasingly difficult to justify future investment here. And therefore, this is another big risk that our public service might want a virtue signal on LinkedIn or social media. But what are the actual outcomes? Because if customers are already saying the EPBC Act is only going to make our lives harder, how is that leading to better outcomes for investment in our country?